Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
This is the Family Table Podcast brought to you by Triple Addiction and the Brothers of Triple Addiction. I am your host, Brandon Laurie. We got over to my left in the ball cap backwards, white ball cap backwards, John Laurie. And then in the ball cap backwards, black hat, Chris Laurie.
Yo, what up?
What's going on, guys?
Why aren't you wearing a hat?
I want to let the locks fly, you know? Let the lovely hair flow.
Au
Yeah.
natural.
Au natural. You know, can't you believe that this is number 7?
Number 7.
Number
already.
7.
The family table.
Lucky number 7. We've been
Um,
doing this for almost like a month and a half now.
Now,
which is
the
pretty crazy.
2 people that we have watching right now, you're going to get this before everybody else. And if you're the only 2 people that are watching this, then you
Who?
are probably the only 2 that are in the running for our giveaway today.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you type in Triple Addiction, all lowercase, one word, in the chat, you will be in the running for
Drum roll.
G'day.
this fantastic Triple Addiction t-shirt.
You want me to hold it up?
Hard to say goodbye. Oh, we didn't light the candles today.
Oh, man.
You know what?
I lit the lighter's over there. I'll take
It's
care
all
of that
good.
if you
I
want.
don't even think we have, like, enough candle.
There's not enough candle juice in there.
And then you will also get this CD, our CD, Triple Addiction. So if you type in Triple Addiction, all one word, lowercase, in the chat, you will be in the running. If not, it's cool. We'll keep it. So
We'll keep it and sell it for a profit.
I just want to give the 2 people that are here early. Yeah, well, I mean, you could enter if you wanted to.
Yeah, you never know. Who knows? You could be having 2 TA t-shirts. Hey, and you know what they say? 2 is better than 1. Am I right?
3 is better than
3 is the magic number.
3 is,
Magic
there
number.
is
3 chipmunks swinging on a branch.
Yeah.
Eating
Some
lots of
sunflower
sunflower seeds
seeds.
on my uncle's ranch. You know, the
that'll-
old children's tale from the sea.
From the sea. All right. Well, we got
All the
a
TA shirta.
we got a pretty awesome podcast for you guys today. We're going to be doing another John's Jams.
Yes.
John has something pretty cool planned for us that in that category, and you know, of course, we got the news of the week. A little recap of what craziness has been going on this week. Our little friend from Canada, Squeezy Jibs.
He's from Canada?
I think so. Yeah, he's from somewhere.
Canadian
in Canada.
thug.
Yeah, our Canadian thug, Squeezy Jibs, has a little update, and he's going out of his comfort zone, going
Really?
out of Canada.
He's going
Wow.
rogue.
Yeah, he's going rogue. He's leaving the Canada and going somewhere, and we'll preview that. And then overall general conversation, talking
Just
about some more music topics. I know we hit on some last week, but this one's actually pretty interesting.
And this might even play into kind of what we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting topic that I came up with Brandon, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for some people to roll in a little bit. If you got a friend and you want to throw them in this thing,
Yeah.
Go for it.
Because I know we started at 5 as compared to 6.
Yeah, we usually do 6,
Yeah.
and so it's different.
We figured we'd try it out, do it a little hour early, give us more time.
Instead of 6, we should do 7.
Yeah, next time it'll be 7. So anyway, the main gist of this. Well, first, should we do the John Jams?
Well,
Get that-
didn't you want to preface that thing you've been working on?
Oh
the,
yeah.
the
Well,
Yeah.
there's 3 people here. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of it.
And we'll bring it up later if we have to. Look at that.
Look at that.
We'll definitely bring it up later.
Look
but-
at that.
Something took place last Sunday.
What could we be doing?
There's something we're not gonna. I mean, I know that there's probably 2 people that know about this that are here right now, and that's okay. So
I like that getup.
yeah, it's a sweet getup. It would be something of yesteryear. Let's just say that. So I'm really excited about that. But that's all I'm gonna give you for right
I'll
now.
give a little backstory of just that jacket, though. That
Okay.
the
Oh
jacket.
wait, we didn't even talk about what we're eating. Wow,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
really dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Tonight's fine cuisine is ramen noodles.
Cuisine.
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 It's fine cuisine right here.
It's ramen
Made
noodles.
Stovetop
It's-
style.
it is-
Stovetop
It is
ramen.
so good. I finished mine already.
It's so good. Mine's molding to the bowl.
Yeah, we kids cuisine. We got a good well, I was like, we don't really have any dinner here, so
Go with the ramen. Easy to make.
Easy.
Easy to prepare.
Now it's cold, so it's kind of gross.
But that jacket that John put on the screen that he was wearing in the picture, I got that from Old Navy to show you kind of how long I've had that jacket. In 5th grade. In 5th grade, I got that jacket. And,
Are you serious?
And it's still big on John.
It's,
I was going to
it's
say it
still
has
like
to be
too
like 10,
big.
12 years ago.
Yeah, I got it in 5th grade. I wore it once, and somebody made fun of the too many buttons that are on the jacket, and I said I won't wear this anymore.
Wow.
You can't trust a jacket with too many buttons.
Yeah,
Can't.
and especially that buttons that don't open anything. They're just buttons for style.
Fashionable
Yeah.
buttons.
So, all right.
John Jam.
John Jams.
Here we go. Where is it? 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 Oh, there it is. Found it.
Too far down. Was that Smoke?
Yeah.
It's good to hear a nice drum fill from Nothing Is All You Need.
Yeah.
You guys.
I thought it was, yeah, it's okay.
You guys. So, I think I'm gonna need a pitch runner. What a sad tale. Yeah. So anyway, my John Jam of the week is drum roll once again. Is Chuck Wick's
Ooh.
Turning Point.
Ooh, nice.
Now, I chose this album because I think I was just driving. I was working on vocals. I've started this great vocal regimen. Well, I assume it's great. We'll see what we'll see
final product
yeah,
is like.
what it's going to be like at the end of it.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, started this vocal regimen, which I'm pretty stoked about. And so I was like, you know what would be cool is I could sing some of the songs on this album. Because Chuck Wicks, if you don't know who Chuck is, Chuck was a part of a morning show that was on Nash FM, which is the country radio station.
Is he still a part of it?
No,
Well, no, they are. It's they changed a couple times.
Isn't it Chuck and Ty now? Or
No, because Ty's not there anymore.
So then who is it? Just Chuck?
It's the Ty Bentley show, but they're changing the name of it to something. I forget what they changed it to. But it's Chuck and this other girl, DJ, and this other guy. So Chuck is really the only main person that's left from
core member,
yeah.
but he was the funniest, so
Yeah.
it was fine. But so I didn't know that Chuck was. I didn't know. Well, first off, when you listen to a radio station, you don't really question the radio host. You know what I mean? You don't really go, oh well, what's this guy's deal? Is he credible? You just listen because they're entertaining. I didn't know he was a killer singer too.
Yeah.
So, quick story: we were in Nashville, and we were in the Grand Ole Opry. And they had Chuck's CD. Now, mind you, this guy isn't. He had one hit song off of this album, one like top charter or two. Other than that, he isn't really notable. He's had like 3 hit songs in his career. So when our mom saw that, we're like, oh well, we're going to be seeing Ty Kelly and Chuck the next day for their actual show, their radio show. So our mom said, well, why don't we buy a CD and like have him sign it? That would be pretty cool. And when we bought it and brought it to the radio station, everybody was like, wait, you really bought that thing?
Yeah.
Like they were amazed that we even had it. They're like, you should go in and tell them that you found it like in a dumpster somewhere, or some homeless guy gave it to you or something like that. But we've got 2 copies because then there's another story. So here we go. This is my copy of the Chuck Wick CD. You can't tell, maybe if I shine it a certain way. It's signed, because I'll tell you why it's signed. Is back that same year, me and the brothers and Dom, who used to be in our band, went to go see Chuck at Bergen County College, and
Wow, that's when I was like 20 pounds lighter.
yeah.
Oh,
What happened?
boy.
And so we met Chuck. Well, he recognized us from the radio station, and he recognized our mom. Our mom was like all, mom-like to him. And so the greatest thing about this guy is he had a line of it had to be close to 100 people, more than that, for the meet and greet at the end of the show. He didn't do a VIP or anything. He just said at the end of the show, if you want to come talk to me for a little bit and take a picture, I'll do it. He stayed till, what was it, like 2 a.m.?
No,
Or
it wasn't that late. We left. I think it was probably around 12, but the show ended at around like 10 or 9:30.
So he was out signing autographs for 2 hours talking to people, and even, not just, hey, how are you? Bye, I'll see you later. It was like having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
So he's a really, really cool guy. I highly recommend this album. It's a great summer album. If you're looking for that style of country, somebody that's not too mainstream, that writes their own songs, this is a great, great album. Just play the first track.
She's Gone?
Yeah, and this song is a banger. This song slaps. This song vibes. This song...
It bops.
This song bops. This song is turned. What we're going to do is I'm just going to skip to the part where it drops. Can you skip to the part where it drops?
Yeah.
It's like after the second verse.
We'll keep it here.
No, just keep because it's going to take forever to get there. It totally bops. Big bop here. You got to keep going.
Really?
Yeah. I listened to it today.
All right.
I know where it is.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's the next verse.
All right, we'll keep it here.
Now you're like, so... Okay, it's weird to start off your album with something that's so relaxed right now, but wait. Just wait.
Then it kicks.
Kicks, and then it bops.
And she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone.
Little banjo thing in the background. But anyway, that song totally slaps. And then he's had a ton of hits on this. He actually, one of the songs ended up being on a Jason Aldean album. So this guy knows how to write a song. So all I would say, my top songs on this are the first three, She's Gone, Fix Me, and Us Again. Even four, Whole Damn Thing. That's a great song. The next two, I Don't Do Lonely Well, great song. Always, and then Over You Getting Over Me. So I highly, highly recommend this album. It's by a guy that's not one of the top charting country acts, so if you're not looking for something too mainstream, but mainstream enough, this is your go-to. So,
You know he's from Delaware?
Nice.
yeah, he's not even from the South.
Yeah.
Shows you can be country anywhere you want.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we're from New Jersey.
Highly, highly, highly recommend. So give it a listen. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, just reading a bunch of about his bio and stuff. That after graduation he moved to Nashville in 2002 to pursue a songwriting career. He was soon penning close to 100 songs a year, which caught the ear of the RCA label. Isn't that crazy? 100 songs
That's
a year.
where you want to be.
He's a writer. You know,
Yeah.
that's like the biggest thing. is
Wow.
Not only does he have a great voice, he's a writer.
Man, that's awesome. Good job there, John.
So that's my John Jam for the week.
Oh,
Let me know what you think.
I thought you were going to play the...
Do you want me to?
Yeah, sure, why not?
This
Do the
thing
little...
is not- I think the batteries in this mouse are dying. Nope. There it is.
Bada
Song
bing, bada boom.
totally slaps. All right. What's next?
You ready for the feel-good moment of the week?
I feel good. I knew that I would not.
Feel good moment of the week. Boop, boop, bah, 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 bah.
Hit me.
All right, so all of us, right? You, me, Chris, everybody out there, you remember what it was like to build a fort as a kid with a couple tables, couple chairs,
Grandpa's house.
some blankets,
Yep,
a
with
couple
Grandpa
pillows with
K's.
Grandpa.
But our forts never ended up being that good
No, they're pretty good.
and intricate. No, it was just like
Listen,
you set
yeah,
up a
but
couple
it was-
foldable
you set
tables
up-
and chairs and throw a blanket
All
over
you
top.
do is you set up 4 chairs, lay a blanket over top, and then you set up the folding table as like the igloo entrance.
Yeah, but you remember how rickety those Polish TV trays were
Oh,
that we
yeah.
had? That you unfold them and it's like they were just
Get
like
your hand caught in it.
the
Oh,
worst. So, But some parents out there during the quarantine, they're trying to do this, but they might be running out of creative ideas on how, like Chris came up with a great idea on how to build an awesome fort. But some people out there, it's like maybe the kids don't like the same fort every day.
Do you remember what that idea was?
I don't. Luckily, though, IKEA has published a set of how-to guides to build the perfect family blanket fort. And of course, they're a Swedish company, so like the names of them, they're it's
Hoos.
Hoos. It is a little hoos.
The wigwam.
The wigwam. So now just like every other IKEA furniture set, they basically put a how-to guide of different designs and everything.
Let me make that bigger.
This is, I think, is for like the Russian Instagram IKEA page. They published 6 blanket fort designs earlier this month.
What the heck? Sorry.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of going all over the place. That's okay. It gets crazy.
It's crazy on this podcast every time.
All of which can be made using household items such as pillows, chairs,
heck?
tables, standing lamps, laundry pins, and of course, blankets. The designs range from classically modern blanket structures like the house and the camping tent, the house in the camping tent, and then to more, more fantasy setups like the castle and the fortress.
Yep.
And for a more outdoorsy housing design, blanket architects could also try building the wigwam or the cave. Although IKEA used a lot of their own furniture products for the designs, they did encourage parents to replace them with whatever home furnishings and supplies they have at their disposal.
That's so nice of
Yeah.
IKEA.
Isn't that awesome?
You know,
Cool.
because kids get bored. Kids, I mean,
I do want the cave.
who out there is bored of social media at this point? I mean, and who's bored of watching TV? You see like this steep incline. I went to a lake with Tex. For those of you that don't know, Tex is a friend of ours. And so me and Tex went to a lake yesterday, and there were so many people fishing. It was absolutely
It
ridiculous.
was a beautiful day too,
Oh,
right?
it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. But
Yeah.
everybody and their brother was fishing yesterday, so it's kind of neat that people are getting creative.
You want to pull up those again?
Yeah.
The
So if you need a fort,
it looks like there's a lot of like mattresses that are cut up. I don't know if those are like cushions.
no, those
Are
are
they
cushions.
folded?
Cushions.
I mean, they have the descriptions of the supplies that you need on there. That one's cool. I like the giant teddy bear. It's like one teddy bear,
Yeah.
All you need is one gigantic fat teddy bear.
and then you have books and your table. The wigwam's cool because then you have like a little teepee setup, and then I think there's a couple lights that you could put on the front too.
Put a
that they
lantern
have.
in the middle, and then it's
This
a party.
one, this one's my favorite. The castle.
Oh yeah.
You have like a little like standing lamp, little light up in the center.
Yep.
Um,
You just need to rip that lamp right out of the wall and
Yeah.
put it in the middle of your fort.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's pretty cool that IKEA is doing something like that because IKEA is famous for home furnishing, and they like the instructions and
Yeah.
stuff that they come with, and you have to build everything yourself. So might as well do something nice and wholesome and
I love IKEA. They've got good meatballs.
family for. What?
What?
They do.
What?
When did you get an IKEA meatball?
So
You took a road trip to IKEA just because you heard that their meatballs
No,
are
no, no.
fantastic.
no, we were going into the city, me and Becky, yeah, and so we were going.
How do you know she's not watching?
No, she's not.
We were going into the city, and it was great, but they had to stop off because they had to return something. Like they were those people that, hey, it's on the way, so let's just it's on the way to this great New York City trip, so let's just stop off.
But in their defense, that's like the only IKEA in like 100 miles
oh,
of where
yeah,
we
yeah.
live.
So,
is,
anyway, so they
Yeah.
had to drop off or return something, so we went and got some IKEA meatballs.
we're like,
They're a Swedish company, Swedish meatballs.
So
okay,
it
I
wasn't.
guess, I guess that makes sense.
It wasn't premeditated that you wanted this specific
Meatball. No, he just happened to go there and tried a meatball.
And you're like, oh wow, a meatball.
Yeah, at IKEA. I should have gotten my furniture for the apartment from IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
Should have.
I
It's
know.
easy to build.
Yeah, Target.
It's very
Target's pretty
basic.
good though.
It's
Yeah.
very basic.
Yeah. All right,
Anyway,
crazy moment of the week. This
All
was
right.
pretty crazy.
so this one's a video. So
Yeah, I'm crazy. What made you think I was sane?
wait, do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you crazy? Ow! Yeah, I'm crazy. What made you think I was sane? I don't know how to. Ow!
That's awesome.
Delayed slap.
All right, here we go.
All right, you want to play
This
the video?
is the crazy moment of the
Wait,
week.
you want me to
It's
set up
like-
a little?
All right.
I was going to set
Set it
up set up a little preface. So, this is a pretty loony story.
Oh boy.
Are we able to make that video a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
Like whenever you pop it up?
This
I
was
can do
a professor of wildlife biology at the School of Natural Resources and Environment for the University of Arizona. Mouthful, but his name is Michael Bogan. He was just
Bogan.
looking outside of his little classroom one day and just happened to catch
Something very loony.
very loony.
It's like Looney Tunes cartoons are in real life. A coyote chasing a roadrunner. This was caught on camera in the
No.
Santa Cruz River in downtown Tucson by an assistant professor at the University of Arizona's School of Natural Resources and the Environment. No word on if the scene ended with a coyote falling off a cliff or getting hit by an anvil, but the roadrunner did get away. Katie Johnston for CBS Local News.
I love it how when news stations just have to plug in and be stupid, like very stupid.
It's like cheesy funny.
No word if the Roadrunner was crushed by a boulder.
those are
like-
those are the jokes that like an elderly person would go, "Oh, that's nice. I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
crazy.
Oh, that's nice."
Oh, that news person is so funny.
But I feel like that, when people are writing stuff like that, it's kind of like, what? Who comes up with that?
Well,
You
I'm
know?
wondering if like that was an ad lib line, or if that newscaster was like, if it's premeditated,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, I'm gonna throw this joke in here because I
Like
think
John,
it's that funny.
like John with the meatball. It's all premeditated.
yeah,
Yeah,
I came
exactly.
into this stream knowing full well that I would talk about IKEA from like 5 years ago.
hey, what's
Yeah.
up?
What's
and,
going on?
And Bogan said in like the actual video that played, he says, and I quote, "There is literally a coyote chasing a roadrunner. I can't believe it. This is a straight up cartoon."
that's
That's
awesome.
Straight up.
Straight up.
And
straight
he's
up
a
cartoon.
teacher, right?
He's a professor.
Professor.
That's awesome.
Using-
Wildlife professor.
Using cool terms like straight up.
Yeah, but isn't that you've never seen a real
you never
life
see those,
a real life coyote
No.
chasing after a road? And I didn't know a roadrunner was that small.
and that they can fly
Yeah, that they're an actual like flying bird I thought
instead of
that-
just running really fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they?
And they don't go meep meep.
they more or less just kind of
I
They
Run.
just exist.
those
Yeah.
those cartoons are the best though. Looney Tunes. Oh, such a wholesome.
they're bringing back the Looney Tunes
That's awesome.
on
Yes, they
HBO,
are.
and they're making it almost not like a like they have some references to modern society, like they have Bugs Bunny talking about streaming.
Ah.
But it's funny because he said I just love all these streaming services, and it's just a TV that has a pond. It's a stream.
Yeah, like,
So it's
like
it's
I get that,
yeah.
but the moment that they put a cell phone in a cartoon character's hand, like when Family Guy started to give them iPhones,
Yeah.
that's when the show died. Not because, well,
Well,
it's not just that. It's just that's when you know that they've hit their true downfall, is when they have to try and modernize to acclimate
I
to
loved
the
well,
society.
Yeah.
I feel like social media, smartphones, all that stuff has changed society completely. Like you're never gonna see somebody go to a payphone in a movie ever again.
Why would you go to a payphone in a movie?
Or,
no, like-
well, like Superman.
Yeah.
Oh,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
in the movie,
he's-
somebody
Oh,
has to.
he
in
used to
the
have
mo-
to-
I thought you
yeah.
meant in an actual movie theater.
No.
I'm like,
Yeah,
why
you-
would-
oh man, I gotta call somebody real quick. This movie's great. No, it's like Superman's never gonna change in a phone booth ever again.
I guess the
Piracy's easier to go off of the movie thing. Is that you just hold up
Yeah.
your cell phone and film it? You don't have someone with a gigantic
yeah, it
camera
used
like
to
in
be-
Seinfeld
Yeah.
with Kramer, bootlegging a
I'm
film.
gonna need 3 guys, one in the balcony.
But the thing is, for me, it lacks creativity when you start relying on, modern tech. I understand that if it's
Which again, there's a beauty about what you guys. If you aren't following us on social media, there's a beauty about this that you're gonna want to do. Nobody even knows. Like people are like, "Oh, is it gonna be like a music video? Are you singing? Like what?
are you dancing?
Yeah, what's
the
going on? Why
exact
are you
opposite.
why are you dressed like this? I mean, there's like 2 people here that know what it is, and you 2 guys, of course, know.
Yeah.
But I will just say that this right here,
I was the cameraman that got to witness this magic.
I'm not gonna say anything about it except it's gonna be funny.
Better
It's
hold
gonna
on
be-
to the side of your seat.
It's gonna be so good. So if you're not following us on social media yet, if
It
you're not,
is out of the box of what TA normally does.
oh,
Yeah.
we only really deal with
Like I was
just
even trying
music.
I was trying to brainstorm more of those ideas just because I think that it's going to be very acceptable
Yeah.
on YouTube
I've-
where
I-
people are going to want to
Yeah.
view stuff like that a little bit more, and if someone sees, oh wow, these guys are actually like kind of comical, then they might go back to the Triple Addiction page and be like,
Yeah.
oh, and they can kind of play music too.
I have an idea that I spoke to John about. Like, I'll keep it a surprise, but before when you weren't here, that's something else to kind of go along and do with that.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, with
don't
regards to the new apartment and stuff. Remember?
Oh,
that? Yeah, but we'll keep that a surprise. You want to see what Squeezy's up to?
Oh, our dude.
Our
Okay,
man.
so
Our
again,
chicken
for-
nugget thief.
Yeah.
For anyone to preface this, now he's getting lit up on social media lately.
Yeah.
That people are like, "Oh, this guy is the worst." I argue on Squeezy Jib's behalf. I think this guy is the man. I think he's a cool guy.
101,000
You know
followers
what's
now.
you know what's crazy though? He has a picture of him and James Hetfield on his Twitter, and he goes, "This guy John Hemsfield kept asking me for my French fry recipe." So this guy must have at some point, because he said, "Oh, I used to tour with like big notable acts," and you're like, "No way, not this guy. He's been like living in the same place his whole life," and you're like, "There's no way that this guy has made anything of himself." I think he toured with Metallica at one point.
Really?
You know that this man has made something of himself when he can't even remember James Hetfield's name because he's just that gigantic.
He's
Yeah.
so cool though. This guy, and at 23 years of age, is it weird that I slightly aspire to be him? Like certain aspects.
I thought you meant he was 23.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no. I
But
was gonna say, he looks
certain
very
aspects,
old 23.
like he wears his shirts backwards
He wears underwear for the
a
mask. You know?
I don't know.
It only makes sense. It's elastic.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, there's something about this guy that is just epic.
As
so
long
here
as
we
it
go.
wasn't used beforehand, then
And
you're
so
fine.
I'll preface this by saying that.
Well, we gotta do the intro.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Squeezy Jib's update of the week.
Nevertheless, in my dress for the occasion. It's over 32 and here's the situation. Hit the beam, move your feet, then don't change the station. You're breaking back cause you're leaving on a permanent vacation. I'm a disaster. A microphone master. Put on the tape and rock your ghetto blaster.
All right, Squeezy Jib's
So
update of
I'll
the week.
preface this by saying that when you're in Canada, there's only so much that you can do. So
Lots
therefore,
of moose and syrup.
yeah,
Lots of meat.
Meese.
and you just have this urge to travel. So our man, he has a girlfriend. The girlfriend moved, and she asked him to visit
Poor
her
Squeezy Jibs.
in her new location, and you have to just watch and just see what kind of happened,
All right,
what
let's do
transpired.
it.
See where the safari man goes.
I'm messed up. My girl moved to Indiana and wanted me to come visit. I don't like planes. But my homie Bercy was just like, hey, just pop an Ambien and you won't pass right out. I was like, for real? Well, I guess I didn't do it right because I woke up and I don't remember nothing, dog. I don't remember waking up. I don't remember packing. I don't remember going to the airport. And I guess the TSA ain't getting paid right now, so like they wasn't paying attention. And instead of going to Indiana, I went to India.
Oh my gosh.
That does not look like Indiana to me.
No, that's. Yes.
That face is all. That face is almost like the one that Austin makes.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Oh.
So, our
what a guy.
our world-renowned traveler, Squeezy Jibs, just tried going to
Wait,
Indiana.
so did he pop the pill like before he even left to go to the airport?
No, I guess he was.
So-
No, because he
Oh,
said
yeah,
he didn't
you're
even
right.
remember packing.
I-
He
Yeah.
didn't even remember getting to the airport. He just got there. He
Yeah.
was
I
probably
want to
just
know.
messed up.
I want to
Yeah.
know how many people out there, of you guys, think that this is all real, on Squeezy Jib's account, or is it like somewhat comical, like it's an over
Like
exaggeration?
he actually went to India.
He went to India,
Yeah.
but he's playing his crazy character where
Well,
he's like,
'cause-
but dog, like I ended up in India, and you're like, okay, I still love the guy, even if it's an act. It's hilarious. It's like, how can you not like
Well,
Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's
yeah.
still
Exactly.
an act, but
It's more like how that surfer guy on YouTube did it for the comedy aspect
Yes.
behind it, where even comedians on stage, most of them aren't like Larry the Cable Guy. Is most of them don't talk like that in public, and none of those stories actually happen to them. Same thing with songwriting. Not all the stories that we all come up with actually happen.
Right.
It's just what you think your audience will like.
What if Squeezy Jibs has like a PhD and like he's just playing this really
And
dumb
then, like-
and you talk to him and it's like, hey guys, how's it going?
80 years from now, he's gonna be like, because medical science will be like through the roof, so
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
live till 130. He'll end up going, yeah, that was all an act, you guys. I'm sorry, but it was funny, and
Yeah.
you're gonna all go, Squeezy Jibs, hey,
You smack the lip, whoop-ah,
I smacked the lip in,
and you got pitted, so pitted.
So like and what like I don't even know what his real name is,
I don't
but it's
care.
probably like Michael St. Clair or something like that.
Or
Just
like, what's a French last name? Like LeBeau,
LeBeau, like Stephen LeBeau.
Stephen LeBeau.
Yeah. So, yep, Squeezy Jibs, he's in India right now. So,
Wow.
Oh, all
don't
power
know.
to him.
yeah. So, we'll see what happens
But
to him next
dog,
week, but
I
yeah.
ended up in India.
Instead of Indiana.
Now, I do wonder, though, because there's definitely a comedic aspect to it. Nobody's answered if they think that he's joking or whatnot, but I'm going to go with he's...
Thumbs up if you think it's real. Thumbs down
All right,
if you think it's fake.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wow. I think it's
No,
it's
no,
I think it's
it's-
an act.
Yeah.
Because nobody. Well,
How does TSA let you
Pop
when-
an
when- when-
ambient.
when-
and
no, no,
just-
no,
stumble.
No, when your ticket says Indiana and you go to
I'm
India.
thinking he told them that he wanted a ticket to Indiana, but someone switched the ticket.
Oh.
That's why I think it might be real, because if someone appears to be like that, not that anything's wrong with that, if someone appears to be that type of person,
Yeah.
if you're stumbling your speech like he always does,
Yeah.
it may have been miscommunicated.
It could have just been one long India.
India, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
yeah,
well could have
yeah.
been.
So,
I'm like, you sure? And he's like, yeah.
so
yeah.
we'll see where he is next week. You know, he might be home. I mean, who's gonna take care of his spiders? You know, no,
My spiders?
my spiders.
Yeah, I feel bad for Legs. He's not going to get his food.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But we prefaced it before.
I just think it's amazing how we all know a little bit more about Squeezy
Yeah.
every week.
Every week he feels like he's a part of the family. You know, like he's.
I feel like I know the guy.
Yeah. We're just like
well,
personal
eventually
connection.
I want to meet him. One day, if we can figure out how to arrange that,
Let's
I'd
go to
love to
Canada.
meet him.
Yeah.
I'd love to go.
If we could
just shake his hand. and-
Imagine if we could have him sitting in this room.
I don't know about that.
He'd be like, yo, where's the food?
But dog, like, I'm gonna cook you guys some French fries. And he
Everything's
does that
a
too.
question?
Yeah,
and it'll
but
be all crispy.
I saw him. Like I watched a couple more of his videos because it's just he's a cool dude. But he talks and he stutters like that, and it's just not that the stuttering's funny. It's just his whole persona is funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So
Squeezy Jib's update of the week. Should we do the?
Nevertheless, in my dress for the occasion. Summer 32 and I hear the situation. If the beam moves your
All right. So, you want to get into our topic of
Yeah,
the week? So
Let's do it.
So let me preface it though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let
All
you
this
do it.
preferencing.
Yeah.
Prefacing, we have to. So last time we talked about nostalgia and how like why things are nostalgic to us, why we enjoy certain things, and we always look at the past as being the best part of our lives and how the future is the it's so
It's the here and now.
it's not what it used to be. Movies weren't what they used to be back then, and so anyway, my main thing is I asked Brandon. I was thinking about. I heard somebody say taste buds change every 7 years,
like bad sushi.
like bad sushi,
Mm-hmm.
and so, gas station sushi.
Yeah.
And so I was like, if our musical or if our taste buds in our mouth change, does our musical taste change?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for a fact it does. You know, your taste changes, but is it like every 7 years, that type of thing, where a year goes by and your music taste has changed? Does it stay the same and you just acquire new tunes?
Yeah.
I want to figure out what that's all about. So to keep further prefacing it, I threw together
A
just
spreadsheet.
and a graph and some charts, and you're gonna all have homework later on. No, I threw together what we used to listen to, at least for me, but for you guys kind of as well. I threw in some stuff that we used to listen to, and then some stuff that we listened to like in high school when we started to be a band and
Mhm.
start to grow up together, and then stuff that we listen to now, and how it differs pretty greatly from where we were at to where we are now. So when we were kids, that was our dude. Those were our dudes. Where's the next one? That was our other dude. So those three were like the top of the heap for us as kids before we were musicians. We
Yeah.
had the Backstreet Boys, we had Aaron Carter, and we had Jesse McCartney.
And you know what's crazy is that I don't really remember why I got into them in the first place.
And,
I remember
so,
why Jesse McCartney. He was in a short film on Disney Channel.
Was he?
Yep.
What was that?
It was where essentially his character was made. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Regardless, it's like, sure, okay, even still, yeah, if one of these person's songs comes up, I'll still listen to it. I'm not gonna, there's something musical about the Backstreet Boys that I still find like joy in. There's
Yeah.
something there about Aaron Carter. Well, not really him, because his stuff was geared towards like children.
Yeah.
But Jesse McCartney, there's things in his album there that are we grew
Pretty
up
good,
with, and,
yeah.
and you go back and you have that whole nostalgia thing. But I wouldn't ever go in my car and listen to any
Like
of these.
we hop
three.
in the van with like the cousins and we're like, hey, you guys want to pop on some Jesse McCartney?
Yeah, no, it's like I would never, just for my enjoyment for listening to an album, throw on any three of these people.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then we got to high school, and like I'm grouping in from when we started playing instruments, which was like 5th grade, till throughout high school. So
Mhm.
that's a pretty big time gap, and within that you could even group it further. But I was like, I don't want to just, that would take a lot of time,
Yeah.
and I don't want to take up too much time. But in high school, started listening to Avenged Sevenfold, completely changed. Started listening to Blackstone Cherry. Started listening
That was middle
to
school.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it's
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole time on. Pantera for me, Nickelback. When we first picked up our instruments, it was Nickelback.
It was even before that.
And you could
Yeah.
tell the looks of all these artists have changed too.
It's
and,
not
you
like
know,
we're not in the boy band
Like
thing
nostalgia
anymore.
does play a huge part in that, because like we got into Nickelback because of Chad Kroger's song Hero from Spider-Man.
Right.
And that's what introduced that to us. And then our friend Tyler Bonero said he's actually in a band called Nickelback. I'm like, Nickelback?
Yeah,
and
what's
so
a
then once we
Nickelback?
found out he's actually in a band, we started to listen to that music too.
But it's just like that's where we gravitated. I even had like a picture of Master of Puppets by Metallica. I remember when Brandon he would be on the bus with us in middle school, and he would go, "Oh, John, you gotta check out this Metallica song. My favorite song right now is Wherever I May Roam by
Oh, yeah,
Metallica."
yeah.
And now Brandon wouldn't even touch that album.
Eh,
It's
yeah.
just how much you've changed, I've changed. Like, even then, am I going to pop in Master of Puppets because I enjoy it? Or am I going to pop in, like, I don't know, I haven't listened to the first Blackstone Cherry albums all the way through
Yeah.
in the longest time. So for me,
the
the
longest time.
longest time.
I think
And
it depends.
Of course, there's a ton of artists within this that I'm forgetting. There's like the Eagles fall in here somewhere. The start of country music for us was in high school, like when we started really getting into that. I didn't throw much of that in there because I just wanted to get the point across that we were listening to heavier stuff that wasn't just boy band pop.
Yeah.
And
Part
stuff
of
that
that
wasn't just-
influence was School of Rock,
Right.
where, I think that a huge influence in what you listen to is because music is basically culture-based, that you try and assimilate, what you're seeing a lot now with the pop and the rap, is that you're seeing people wanting to assimilate into that culture, and what better way to do that than to listen to the music? Like when you listen to Posty's stuff, is that you're always trying to, I guess, further your cultural ethics in something like that, and it's kind of like you're just bringing yourself into the group with
Right.
those people.
I was just gonna say, can I just say that one little thing for the study that I found?
Wait on
okay,
the study.
yeah.
And then, like, today's day and age for me, it's Eric Church. It's people like him where it's now country. I Prevail. I went even heavier with the stuff that I was listening to. Switchfoot. Complete opposite direction. If I was in high school or before high school, I would have never pictured listening to Switchfoot. Even bands like Old Dominion. When I first heard them for the first time, I'm like, this is garbage. This isn't country music.
That's how I felt when I listened to Led Zeppelin for the first time when I was younger. I'm like, I don't like that guy's voice at all.
It's just one of those things where now it's weird to go from this, where I'm sort of at now, and again, that's not everything that I listen to, to this.
Yeah.
Whoops. Hold on. To that. And you're like, whoa, what a change. So my whole main point was, where is there a scientific thing behind changing in musical taste buds? Or is it just like Chris said, culture? So what do you got, Brent?
So this was from the University of Cambridge in 2013. So not too long ago, but like we were talking about, most of the stuff it happens to everybody. So it's, no matter if it was in 2013 they did the research, 2007 or 2020, it all pretty much stays the same. So they said research shows that musical tastes shift as we age in line with key life challenges and changes. Teenage years were defined by intense music, and then early adulthood by contemporary and mellow, and the search for close relationships increases with sophistication, allowing us to project status and family values later in life. The study used data from more than 250,000 people over a 10-year period. So basically, like what Chris was saying, or John actually was saying, is that we had the earlier years, which were, this says more intense, but that's more of the teenage years. Like the earlier years, you're getting off of the wheels on the bus go round and round to like boy band, and then to intense like angsty, rebellion music, and then how they said that in early adulthood it changes and becomes more contemporary, more mellow, and you kind of mellow out away from the intense
I've
part
definitely mellowed out. Like I can't even see myself even listening to a full Pantera album all the way through.
Yeah.
I've definitely changed in that respect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still do it because it's still stuff I'd like to listen to, but I'm not. It's not the thing that I'm reaching for every time I go to listen to music. I like stuff now that makes you think. When we were kids, it was stuff that you didn't even have to think about.
They said also that the explosion in music consumption over the last century has made what you listen to an important personality construct. So that's kind of like what Chris was talking about, as well as the root of many social and cultural tribes, like Chris mentioned. And for many people, their self-perception is closely associated with their musical preference. We would perhaps be reluctant to admit that our taste in music alters so often as we get older. And they also just went on to mention that, let's see, there was one other thing here, that it would seem that unless you die before you get old, your taste in music will probably change to meet social and psychological needs. One theory put forward by researchers based on this study is that we come to music to experiment with identity and to define ourselves and use it as a social vehicle to establish our group, find a mate, and later as a more solitary expression of our intellect, status, and greater emotional understanding.
Wow.
So it's basically like what you guys talked about, is exactly what these guys found at the Cambridge University.
So I'm a scientist.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Yeah. And you don't even
Alright.
know it yet.
I don't even need college.
Yeah, but it is in reference to kind of finding your social niche in a group, or like,
Isn't
you
it
know,
niche?
yeah, niche.
Niche.
But
Mitch.
when you think about people who, we've dated over the years, if there was like a different taste in music, you kind of didn't feel like you associated with them at all, and we're kind of like, eh.
Well, I remember
know.
one of the girlfriends I had for a day was into Escape the Fate, and I gave it a shot because I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? If I'm going to pursue a relationship with this person, then I need to try and, expand my horizons
Mhm.
because I don't want to be a jerk and say your music is horrible,
Yeah.
even though I don't like Escape the
But
Fate.
there are like even then there are certain limits that I have on myself, where like I'm not a mainstream guy, so the mainstream stuff. If somebody at some point that I dated, liked the mainstream stuff, not my thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just curious, when we get old, am I going to be listening to classical music, or am I going to be listening to jazz, or am I going to go, yeah, I used to be in the pit?
Here's another study I found back in 2018, so a little bit more recent.
Okay.
The article is titled "Something Strange Happens to Your Taste in Music at Age 30." So it says that there's a reason your grandparents still listen to Elvis, your mom still loves Bon Jovi, and you still have a affiliation with bands that you liked when you were 14. A recent survey by the music streaming service Deezer asked 1,000 people in the UK about their musical preferences and their streaming habits. According to their findings, people tend to experience what they call a musical paralysis at around the age of 30. It's like 30 and a half years, whereby they stop listening to new artists or genres and tend to stick to what they know. Musical discovery peaks at an age of 24 years and 5 months, and then they say, although women generally hit this peak at around a year earlier, at this time, almost 75% of respondents say that they checked out 10 or more new tracks per week at the age of 24, which is true because I know for you listen to new bands all the time, and that's been kind of the same way for probably about 4 or 5 years now.
Right.
They said that, and 64% said that they listen to 5 or more new artists every month. And let's see, there was one other thing that I saw on here. It was basically that you peak at this certain age at around 30 years old, and you automatically just don't have the interest in finding out new artists. You don't go to. It's the same reason why you have a lot of adults. They go to more older shows like Bruce Springsteen or
Right.
I
like
think
Bon Jovi.
that it also depends on what type of person you are, because
Yeah.
for me personally is I don't listen or try not to search out newer artists because it's not a conceited thing where I say no one's as good as me. It's because I don't want to listen to stuff that's been invented already, and then I want to be a part of that invention process as a musician.
Yeah.
Where I don't want to be influenced by the people that have already figured that key out. I want to figure something else out that these people didn't think of.
Yeah. And
That's cool.
And there was one other example on here, and they said that this trend kind of can be found across all ages and genders, that women currently at the age of 41 seem to love the song Just Like Heaven by The Cure, which was released when they were around 11 years old. Women at the age 69 tend to like the tune Pretty Women by Roy Orbison, which was also released when they were around the age 11. So it's kind of like that once you get older, you kind of hit the reset button and say, I'm going to go back and listen to what I was listening to as a young whippersnapper, back when I was 11. And those are going to change, of course, because The Cure, for someone who's 41, is kind of like around like the 80s, around there.
Right.
But for someone who is 69 and listened to Pretty Women by Roy Orbison, that was back in the, like the 50s and 60s.
I wonder if the process gets sped up when you're a musician, is that you don't have to wait till you're 30.
Yeah.
We're almost 24, and I remember I loved playing Ozzy Osbourne tunes from the
Yeah.
whole Diary of Madness album, and I loved the song You Can't Kill Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
I heard older Joe play that while we were like standing in the lumber aisle and whatnot. I'm like, that song is just cheesy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And I just had that realization that I don't like that stuff, but I like newer music.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it like gets reversed because you go through some sort of process as a musician.
I think it might even be Well, first off, for the people that are wondering about the giveaway, just in case, you can type in triple addiction, lowercase, all one word, and you will get a hard to say goodbye t-shirt, as well as our CD that dropped in September. So it's just a free giveaway, so might as well just write the word all one word, triple addiction. And
Any capital letters?
no
spaces?
capitals, nothing. Just triple addiction, and
All
you'll
squished together?
all squished, and you will get you'll be in the running at least for that. So go for it if you would like. Otherwise, we'll hang on to it.
But to kind of talk about what Chris was saying on how you're a musician, like I was thinking about the same thing too, and I think me personally, it more relates to we're constantly trying to discover ourselves as artists, and you try and associate your musical taste with the music that you're trying to create
Right.
a little bit, and
Yep.
you also have to kind of go off the deep end and listen to stuff that you're not used to writing about and stuff. So I think that you're right when you say that there is a little bit more of an accelerated process because we're listening to so much music all the time. Whereas your typical 9-to-5 employee who doesn't really listen to music only on like the way home from
Like
to and from work.
98.7, you hear all the hits.
Yeah, like it's yesterday's hits, today's favorites and stuff, and you kind of figure out your music taste that way. You don't really think about, oh, like that's the music that I really want to listen to because you haven't done that since you
There's
were
no
in middle school.
categorization.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I also think it's like it's got to be there's got to be an aspect to it that's like you changing as a person influences your taste in music.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big part of it.
And that's what they
Um,
said. Cambridge found out too. That they said that different moments in your life and different challenges that you face also help define the type of music that you listen to. Like if you're going through a really bad breakup or divorce, you're not going to listen to happy music.
Right.
You know, you're going to listen to more kind of depressing or very like hardcore music to kind of get
or
your
just
frustration out.
heavy in the sense of deep.
Yeah.
So I also wonder that. I'm just, the future obviously is hopefully we've got a long future. That's what I hope for. But I just wonder, am I going to become that old man that goes, ugh, I hate this rock stuff already. Just give me
Well, like
more
what-
jazz.
Like what Brandon pointed out is that at that 30 thing, it resets the musical clock
Yeah.
back to what you listened to when you were 11,
Yeah.
which you go back to what Grandma and Grandpa were listening to
was jazz.
was the Pennsylvania polka.
And-
Yeah.
and the polka.
Exactly. And they're stuck in that.
and
they
the,
don't
the
really
westerns.
and I think with what they brought up, how like life challenges and stuff like that, you think of when you go through breakups and moments in your life and stuff, you're not going to turn on like the very like happy music. I remember
You might,
you might, but most people tend to turn to the more depressing
where
stuff.
they cry into
They-
the steering wheel.
There was another point that I was going to bring up, and I forgot
That's
it.
all
'cause
good.
somebody else was talking
I
about
think it's a very, very interesting thing that we'll keep going on for a bit more because I do have more on it.
Oh, now I remember
go
what I was
for
going to say. How that us as musicians, we almost have like the guide
Mhm.
to a lot of this stuff when it comes to musical taste, where we can kind of pick and choose what we like. Because like what Chris said, when he's 80 years old, he's not going to turn back to when he was 11. He'll keep listening to Elvis, which is even further
Right.
than that.
That was
you
my
know?
other point. It's like there was that phase that you guys might remember that I went through where all I listened to was the Beatles
Yeah.
for like it was 7th grade. For the longest time it was only the Beatles. And it was like one of those things where I was like into a style of music that wasn't my childhood. And even though like I teach kids and I look back and I'm like, oh, I remember that from my childhood, I didn't even live through when those albums came out.
Yeah.
Now
So
is
It's kind of interesting that is also another opposite or another side of things is that you listen to the stuff that you go back to when you were 11, the stuff that came out when you were 11, but then you also go back to stuff that was even older than you that you found and uncovered, and somehow that still shapes your musical taste. Like, but the thing I was going to mention is can't even listen to like a Beatles record all the way through anymore.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, yeah, I'll throw one on, but for the most part, I'm only listening to stuff that I really enjoy today. it's like those are the classics now. Can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I've worn them out. You know, like shoes or something.
Like some old 6 pairs of shoes.
6 pairs of shoes.
But yeah, Ryan, totally get that, because we still listen to stuff that we listened to as kids. It's just, it seems like with us personally, it's not as much, I guess, is that I'm wondering if it's even a time thing
Yeah.
as much as it is back to the psychology behind it with whatever you're going through in that moment, is that I find myself listening to Avenged Sevenfold on a day if I'm like, I just want to drive and just like listen to heavy music.
Yeah.
If it just changes with what you're going through in that moment at that time, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you liking it at 11 years old,
Yeah.
you turn 30, it hits the reset button.
I wonder that too. I think about that as well. Is it like, is it more so that you're just trying to find something that you can relate to right now?
Yeah.
And whatever stage of life you're in. There's also a there's another thing that I want to bring up. Even the time of year changes my musical taste.
Yep. Christmas time, perfect
Well,
example.
not even Christmas time, but it's
Yeah.
like
No, that's
I
true.
think about not just Christmas, but
So what you're saying is almost like we should create a new study where it's not really what happens in your life, it's also the environment around you that changes
well,
your
it's
your
what
musical
happened in your
taste.
life in the past, and you bring up those old memories
Yeah.
subconsciously into relating back to what you went through at that time because it
Yeah.
helped you through something.
Well, and I know John's talked
first
about.
off, the Real Red Fire hosted us, so I want to say thank you.
oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
hosting
that.
us on your channel.
Um,
Really appreciate
You're always the
it.
best.
Especially with us starting an hour early, that throws off a lot of things.
Yeah,
So the fact that you did that for us, oh come on, you're the man.
I appreciate it.
But
But no, to talk, I know John has his summer playlist.
oh, there's
You know.
there's like, but even then that summer playlist changes too, which is
Yeah.
weird because, but there's like things that I know I can't listen to. Like there's that one Simple Plan song, Summer Paradise. You're not gonna listen to that in the fall. You're not gonna listen to
Yeah.
that in the cold of winter. You're gonna listen to that in the summer.
Mm.
And there's other things like just I listen to more country music in the summer and more angsty, aggressive stuff, whether it's punk or it's metal or whatever in the winter. So I wonder if having something like that, if that changes things.
Well, it's almost like having tools, is that you pick the tool best suited for that.
Yeah. Yeah,
For
no,
that
makes sense.
project
I
is
like that
that-
analogy.
Is that you set up your musical taste in general,
Mhm.
and for whatever purpose you need that song for, then you use it, because like all music is written for a specific experience,
Yeah.
right? So then they're meant to be used as those tools, I assume, because you have all these newer kids listening to, Posty, Mac Miller, and all of their stuff as party anthems and whatnot. And when you go like hanging out with your friends and whatnot, is that they're not thinking, well, I can't even say that, but it's more of not about the time period, but how you set up this musical plethora of musical tools
I
to
had
use in your life.
I did that talk like a year ago, or no, not a year ago. What am I saying? Like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
About philosophy in music. I was asked to be this guest speaker, if you could call it that, at this event, and it was really interesting. And I had most of my topic was about how you need to listen to your music and really understand why you like it, and not just going through the motions. Like here's an example. I had a friend that he would listen to whatever was top 40, and he would go, "Hey, so do you like this song?" And I would go, "No, I don't." And he's like, "But why? It's like number 1 right now." And I would go, "Yeah, but that's not the reason to listen to the song. You gotta find a deeper meaning in there somewhere." As to even if it's as ridiculous as whatever Cardi B is, if you can find some meaning in that brings you some joy,
Sure.
More power to
You
you,
didn't say
I
that?
guess. I don't understand what a Cardi B is. I never did. I never will.
But then that's part of your musical.
Journey.
Yeah,
Journey.
it's
Yeah.
it maybe one day. And here's a great thing that this guy, there's this YouTuber. If you guys like music stuff, all of our music nerds out there, me and Chris went to college for music, and most of it was theory-based music. It wasn't just like music production or whatever. There's this guy, Adam Neely, that does a YouTube channel. He's really good, very, very astute and smart. But he did this thing where he wanted to listen to the stuff he hated. Feature Cardi B. Yeah. I'll
Definitely.
ask her.
Yeah, definitely.
No, so it's funny, though. Spencer, the kid that I'm doing this little project for, he did an American Idol type thing for rappers, though. And Cardi B was one of the judges on this thing, which I when I've heard Cardi B rap, it's not like other rappers out there. It's just her, she's talking a bunch,
Mhm.
and she's being, she's just talking into a
Something about
microphone.
it just makes me cringe.
Yeah, so but anyway, so she's judging all these rappers, and Spencer, his name's Spencer Gowan, if you guys want to check him out. He has so much talent, so much skill. He's like the most unassuming rapper you'd ever see. He looks like one of us, but he's got this deep rap voice. Anyway, he was in front of Cardi B, said she's totally different in person
Mhm.
than she is in like her persona on Instagram or
Huh,
whatever.
When she's not hitting people.
Right, when she's not hitting people or drugging people. But anyway, so I think that what was my main point behind like
That she's unassuming.
no I'm forget Cardi B. But the main thing is you gotta find something that you like and can stick with. If anybody can give me like if anybody can give me a helping hand to what I was just talking about before Cardi B.
It was mainly about not blindly choosing music, and that's
Yeah.
the purpose of music.
Yeah, and it was Adam Neely. Okay, yeah. So he did this thing where he listened to the music he hated for a full month, like nonstop. That was the only thing he listened to. He hates gospel worship music. Not in the sense of like old traditional gospel,
Just
but
98.
like Star 99.1 and Hillsong United.
Not that
and,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Not that
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong with that. Hillsong United's cool and all that, but he listened to it because he hated it for a whole month, and he still somehow got something out of it, even at the end of the day. Where this was a style that he really, really didn't like, but at the end of the day, he started to appreciate it more at the end of this month that he spent listening to this gospel worship music, and he changed his perspective on it. So maybe I'll have to listen to Cardi B for like a solid minute.
Well, it's like how I
And-
don't dig the. It's not the first thing that I put on when I get in the car, like the Post Malone stuff and whatnot. But I tried to listen to his music, and what I got out of it was that they could all be rock songs, but they just have rapping.
Eventually
them.
he'll change. Mark my words, and you can come back to this stream 20 years from now.
Mark it, the date, right?
Mark the date, whatever it is, May 22nd, that Post Malone is the next Kid Rock. That
Yep.
is my giant prediction, but I really think that he's gonna pull a Kid Rock. That he's been doing this rap thing because it's easy. That's what Kid Rock did, and then he made a couple hits, and then it was like, I actually want to be country.
You gotta get
Um,
the kids first. You
I
gotta get the
yeah,
youth.
he gets the kids,
Yeah.
and then
And as these kids
and
change,
think about it though, and he has already started. Like he's got that song "Stay," which is him actually singing, and it's got auto tune and stuff, but he's actually singing, and you're like, wow, okay, this guy actually can write a song and not just a rap song, but like a real song,
Yeah.
and he can play guitar.
and the
well
song with
enough.
Ozzy.
Yeah,
That's true too. I
So-
forgot about that.
So I really think exactly. I
Yep.
think that Post Malone is going to be the next Kid Rock. You can mark my words. This date in time. I called it even when I remember I was in the stock room of Kohl's with Chris Massarelli.
Mhm.
He's like, "Do you know this new guy, Post Malone?" I was like, "I don't even know what that is. What's a Post Melon?"
Is it like a something that like
Is
it's
that a
promo-
fruit?
Is it a promotion at the post office?
Yeah,
Like,
wha-
what's-
It's a TV show.
yeah.
And so he ended up telling me about him, and so I saw him, and I saw his whole look, I saw his getup, and I said, "This guy's the next Kid Rock," and I've been saying that for years. I
Yeah.
think it's starting to happen, and he even said it. He's like, "I don't want to do this rap thing my whole career. I want to
Yeah.
be a real musician. I don't like all the tattoos. I'm sorry if you get always tired." If you get always tired tattooed under your eye, I'm sorry, that's just not a good idea. But
Yeah.
he seems like a cool guy to hang with.
He
I'd
can
hang
make
with
enough money to get them all removed.
him. He can, yeah.
That is also true.
I mean,
They're also very painful.
what's
but,
crazy
you
is
know.
he looks like, what was it? What did they say? Oh, he looks like the 1% of germs that an antibacterial
was-
soap says that it can't protect
yeah.
against. And I was like, that's yeah. I mean,
so mean.
kind of accurate.
he's a good. He seems like a good guy. He does a lot for
Yeah.
the community. It seems like he's changing the music game where people are starting to acknowledge real music again. I think he's recognizing that. So if anybody else has a thought on Post Malone,
Also, when he did the Nirvana thing, it raised what, $3 million?
yeah,
think
and
so,
he
yeah.
him,
Yeah.
Travis Barker, and whoever that other guy was, did
Mhm.
that whole
Two other guys.
Nirvana cover thing, and it was like, whoa. I mean, Travis Barker, for any drummer out there, he's top of the top. He's on every
Top of the food chain.
he's on every cymbal pack that's in Guitar Center. He revolutionized the drum kit in a lot of ways. He's also colorblind, if you didn't know that.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, crazy.
I actually didn't
So
know
he
that.
can't actually see his tattoos.
No, he can't. He got tattoos because he said he didn't want to have another job in life other than drumming. Which
I guess it's motivation.
that's like, but
If it motivates you, then sure.
I guess, but that's like somebody alluded it to. That's like a soccer player saying, "I'm gonna cut off my arms because I'm only going to be a soccer player."
Yeah.
It's different when it's
So-
an appendage.
Yeah.
No, I know, but all
Yeah.
I'm saying is it's just I wouldn't tattoo my whole body, but you
Oh,
know,
I would.
yeah, Chris, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
No, not my whole body.
Yeah. Well, I guess, to kind of wrap up what we were talking about the music taste buds kind of changing, I think that there's no real one correct answer. I think it's a marriage of the two things that we
Right.
were talking about, how it's, you have different experiences in life, and then you also relate back to your childhood youth. So it's moments in life that you're experiencing as an adult that reflect your music taste of that day or that week or that month.
Right.
But then eventually you will go back and eventually listen to, at some point, the music
old
of
stuff.
your
And
No
then the
matter
other
what-
thing that I wanted to mention was we have very limited time on this earth. So to listen to the stuff you already know is good because it brings back the good memories and the good vibes and all that stuff. But also venture out a bit because you're wasting a lot of time
Mhm.
by just staying in your little bubble. Once you venture out, you might find something you like, and there might be a friend that's told you, hey, you should check out
Triple addiction.
Triple Addiction. And you go, nah, I'm good. Those guys sound lame. And then you listen to them and you go, wow, I wish there was a way that I could get their CD. And then the guy says to you, well, actually, you can get our CD by just typing in Triple Addiction in the chat right now, and you'll be in the running. Nobody's entered the contest right now. So if you actually type in Triple Addiction, you could enter to win this CD.
And if you're the only one, you're gonna get it. So
You're gonna get it, and
yeah.
this T-shirt. So I mean,
It's free
I-
clothing
it's
and
fr-
music.
yeah,
listen, you go
What
to
more
Kohl's
could you
right
ask
now.
for?
Every T-shirt's $20.
yeah,
You come to our stream, you enter the contest,
$0.
$0.
Could be in the
Just
running
your
for
time.
a free
So
T-shirt.
all I would say is, anyway,
It's definitely about nurture in your upbringing.
Oh, it's
and
all
of that.
lowercase. I'm sorry.
all
all
lowercase.
lowercase.
All
and
lowercase
one word.
squished.
One word.
One word.
But I think it's mainly just about upbringing, and because I know that we have never been raised on rap music, so that's why we don't listen to it. But then there are kids who do listen to rap music because their parents hate it, and there might be a reason for that. So I truly think it's just about your upbringing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a very interesting topic. Just make sure you venture out somewhat. Go out, find a new artist that you haven't listened to that you want to listen to, and
No, it has to be all one.
Squished together.
Squish
Squish it.
together, like
Squish
like
it.
the one above. Because
Third time's a try. Best
no,
things
that's
come
all
in
right. No,
threes.
we're good. We're good. We have you in here.
All right, cool. So all right, cool topic.
Moving on.
You guys ready for the game?
So
I
now
look
it's-
forward to these games every Friday.
So I've lost what 5 consecutive weeks.
No, I think
I
it's
win
only
last
been
week?
3.
2 or 3.
3. It's actually been 3.
Did I win last week?
No,
Nope.
I did.
Yeah, Chris did. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready?
Perfect. Here we go.
This is Brandon's Jeopardy. Here are today's contestants. All the way down from down under, he was raised by domesticated giraffes and in his spare time likes to make papier-mâché tank tops for the homeless in the summer, John Laurie. All the way from the mountains of Appalachia, he loves the way his name sounds underwater, and he enjoys traveling across the country in his tiny car with clowns only just as Pennywise from it. Chris Laurie.
Oh, this was so much better.
And your favorite host who likes to eat the most, Brandon Laurie.
I laughed so hard, I think I just, popped something in my side.
You actually split your sides. You did
I
the
felt
one
it
thing.
split.
Oh,
Something
man.
popped in there. I'm going to have to figure that out later, but let's get to the game.
Wait,
I
hold on,
love
can
the
you-
way my name sounds underwater.
What does that even mean?
Hey, it's what he likes,
and
you know?
the It clown car is fantastic.
Yeah.
He only, wait, what was it?
So John's raised by domesticated giraffes.
Yep.
And in his spare time likes to make papier-mâché tank tops for the homeless.
That seems like a good
yeah,
thing, though.
I know,
I
exactly.
feel like I could do that.
Yeah. And then Chris is, and also enjoys traveling across the country in his
Schmidt, we got Schmidt in here.
in
Woo.
his,
There we go.
also likes to enjoy traveling across the country in his tiny car with clowns only just as Pennywise from it.
That's incredible.
So,
That's awesome.
Hashtag hilarious.
hilarious. All right. You ready there, John? You want to pull it up?
Yeah, here we go.
So, of course, this is Brandon's Jeopardy. And as you people know, we used to do it where it was with a lot of categories and a lot of questions. But to limit the amount of time that we spend, we're going to do about 10 questions and then one final Jeopardy. And we have the categories as follows: Amazon products, which we did before,
Perfect.
Animal Kingdom, questions about animals. And these
Oh.
are all true and false, except for the final Jeopardy question, which I'll get to. And it's good. Sports trivia. What is Blanton? Questions about me. And then
Perfect.
and then one-hit blunders again
All right.
by popular demand. So we'll start with the loser, John. You have 675 points and 801 points for the question. So which one do you want to go with first?
What is Blanton? Let's go 801.
801 for what is Blanton? All right. I earned outstanding achievement in critical writing in high school senior year. True or false?
I know the answer. What is Blanton? Easy. S-Man's got it.
S-Man just has it locked down.
S-Man knows his dude.
What we'll do
does
is
he, though?
We'll play Chuck Wicks in the background. This way people can kind of get a little
Sweet.
taste
That
of
was
the,
my,
Chuck
for
Wicks.
those of you that missed it, that was my John Jam of the week.
Yeah.
Chuck Wicks.
The good part about the John Jam and how we end up playing those songs during the game, it gives people a new
Just play the album.
artist
All right, I'll do that.
every week.
I don't think he's doing music much anymore.
He does it. He's actually, I think he was like recording new stuff
Oh, good.
before he got married, and then that kind of like took over a little bit because he married
Jason
actually
Aldean's
sister, and she actually has three daughters. So
Wow.
he's been almost like a father. Well, he is
Wow,
a father.
I didn't know that.
Um, You know, so he's enjoying the father life. You know.
Good for him.
So again, the question as is on your screen for 801 points. I earned outstanding achievement in critical writing in high school.
And these
senior
aren't
year.
things that you need to know. When you answer, you could possibly get yourself some TA points,
Yep.
which could get you to buy something through the TA store.
So true or false?
Nobody's taken advantage of the TA store yet, but eventually somebody will.
I think they're just waiting to
Or-
all take the what's the highest
I think it's a Skype call.
Skype call. So they all want to just
Everybody wants
Skype
to
us at
Skype
once.
with us, I guess. All right, I'm going with true.
Says true.
I remember this.
The correct answer. It's false.
What?
Whoa! S-Man again?
Oh, S-Man. Oh.
False.
Oh,
Outstanding
that's
achievement
nuts.
in physical education was my
S-Man knows our
Everything.
brother better than you.
hashtag tryhard.
Hashtag S-Man.
Yeah. How did you not remember that?
I don't remember what you got.
Ah,
S-Man.
that's terrible. Wow. Yeah, and I was gonna take a photo of the actual plaque because I got a plaque and I actually got a $500 check from the school. You know, everybody when I saw
For Jim, everybody.
When-
For those of you that want to know what he got $500 for,
here, you want to go back to that
he
screen and all?
tried very hard in gym
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, I'm keeping tally on my computer, so you don't have to worry about keeping tally on the screen.
Great.
But I remember looking
Well, I
at
can
the.
keep tally on this.
I remember looking at the senior awards list because we didn't know they wanted to keep it a surprise that night so kids can feel like upset and stuff when they got the gym award and everything. And I saw, you know, the list of awards and I saw outstanding achievement in physical education. And I was sitting next to a couple friends and I said, everybody else was getting, you know, math awards or outstanding achievement in art or wood shop. And I'm sitting there, I don't have an award yet. And I said, well, I know I had perfect attendance that year, so maybe it's perfect attendance. That award went and left, and I was like, what else did I do? Maybe it's history, because I know I did pretty well in history in high school, like all A's throughout all my 4 years there. And then outstanding achievement in physical education came up, and I was like, oh my God. So they announced the girl, and then they announced me. And of course, you know, get up, everybody's whistling and everything. And I got a plaque with my name on it, which is cool, you know. But then I see everybody was getting money. Everybody was getting like $100, $50. And I opened mine up, and it's $500. I said, all right, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wave
know
this
what?
plaque loud and proud.
I tried
you know?
hard in gym.
Yeah, and
I tried so hard.
and it paid off, and that ended up being put towards the car that Chris currently drives. So clearly, it was money well spent on my part.
I was the guy where you had to run the mile, and we walked the whole way. And our one gym teacher, who's not a coach of anything, we called him coach, and he's like, "Hey, Christian, you want to try a little bit?" And I'm like, "No, stop it, coach. Like, go fix your dyed hair."
All right. So John is in the hole, 801 points. So Chris, you can gain some ground here. What category?
Yeah,
and
hold on.
points
I'll
are
give
you
you.
gonna go with?
I'll give you a sword, S-Man, because that was inappropriate, Miss Katie MacArthur. No, I'm just kidding. I call him Snowman many times, but he is not a snowman. He is S-Man.
All right. Category and point count. What are you gonna go with?
What's the first one?
Amazon products. That's the one if it's true or
Second.
false.
I can't read from over here.
So then
Amazon products.
Animal Kingdom,
Let's do Animal Kingdom for 801.
801. So the Chinese Kamasuku or Kamuska, what was that? Kumasuki are one of the world's smallest mice and are only found in the rice farms up in the hills of China. True or false? Kumosuki is how it's pronounced.
I feel like some meese might like some rice. Mice like rice.
Meese like Reese. So for everybody that's out there, the
You don't even need to
Chinese-
know these answers. You just gotta guess, and you might end up with
You
some
have a
points
50-50
right here.
shot. These are all true and false questions.
We are all in the same boat together.
The Chinese Kumasuki are one of the world's smallest meese and are only found in rice farms up in the hills of China.
But I
True or false?
I don't know if mice.
You only know the Braxton ones.
Yeah.
I just don't know if mice like rice.
I'm sure they
I'm
do.
pretty sure you picked that just because mice rhymes with rice.
I don't
Grease
know.
like grease.
Mice
Um,
like rice.
I could see it though.
The world's smallest mice. I wonder how big that is. Did you get a measurement? Because remember, I only know things by measurement.
I know.
If it's smaller than an inch, I say yes. Bigger than an inch, no.
It's about 3/4.
Really?
Yeah.
You,
You
got
don't
an
know.
answer there, Kraus?
I'm going to go with true.
He says true. We have one true.
But also remember that everyone's lagging.
I know. So that's why I'm going to give it some time. So for anybody out there.
But even if they answer, then I'll just go back.
Yeah, that's true. All right. You want to reveal
So I
it there,
say
John?
true.
Yeah.
False.
Oh no!
It's not real. Kumasuki is a weird name. Not real.
Also, I'm an idiot because that sounds like a Japanese word.
Yep,
It's
that
not
was
a
it.
Chinese word.
Yeah.
That was
Is
it.
Kumasuki even a real word?
I don't know. I made it up, so I don't know.
That was
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. So,
That was the dead giveaway.
wow.
All right.
So you guys are both in the whole 801. So it's like you're at 0,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Amazon
even now.
products.
What are you going with?
Amazon products 801.
801?
Yes, man.
All right. Hate getting that orange cheese dust on your fingers after eating your favorite snack?
Yes.
Then try these cheese finger guards, which keep your fingertips safe from that terrible dust. They only cost $13 and are also dishwasher safe.
I know the answer.
True or false?
I'd believe that. I believe that's a thing because, like, I was eating the flaming hot Doritos
Mm-hmm.
not too long ago, and I was wiping my hands on my pants like I normally do with
Yeah.
the average snack because, you know, pants, nature's pants, and pants, nature's napkin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And so my pants turned red.
Mm.
So I'm just sitting there saying, man, I wish I had some finger guards. I believe that that's a thing.
Real or not real?
Because even when I washed off my fingers, they were still red.
Yeah. So what you're saying is these products are as real as the Thanos One Piece swimsuit?
Yeah, well, that's the trick with these.
Wait, was that real?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
That's the thing. Could be true, could be false. All right. John. True or
True.
false? Says true.
Oh, boy.
You gotta click the true.
Yes.
But very stupid.
Yeah, climbing out of this hole.
And they're just little red, and they only have 3 that they give you.
Right, because, I mean, who grabs a full fistful of Cheetos?
Yeah, you know, so you're actually, I mean, even with just the 2, I think you're okay, but the 3 kind of gives you the extra support.
Extra,
know?
well,
'Cause
imagine.
I don't just do that.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
do that.
I
yeah.
do 3.
yeah.
I
Because
do the trace.
when you go into the bag, it's almost like you get extra length with your 3 fingers as opposed to the 2.
Yeah,
So-
I get that.
Yeah.
That's logical.
All right. We got Chris. What do you say? Which one?
Since I can't read the middle 800.
And it's good for 801 because both the Steelers and the Eagles lost so many players to fight in World War II. Both teams combined to form the Steagles during the 1943 season in order to compete. True or false? Because both the Steelers and the Eagles lost so many players to fight in World War II, both teams combined to form the Steagles during the 1943 season in order to compete.
Now, you're not going by that was the nickname for it. It was actually a team with a logo.
It could be real, it could be false. I don't know.
Could be real, could be false.
Yeah. Could be true.
I gotta say false because I have
Could be false.
never heard that
The
ever.
NFL wasn't even around.
No, it was.
No, it
It
wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
First championship game was in what?
Doesn't mean that the NFL wasn't around.
I don't think it was. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm going with false. That sounds absolutely fake.
True.
What?
Rip. #RIP Steagles. It's actually true. They were the Philadelphia-Pittsburgh Steagles for one season because they didn't have enough players because a lot of them went off to fight in World War II.
Wait, so what?
That's an actual picture. I know it's small, but that's an actual picture of the Steagles.
That's messed up.
Yeah. It only happened for one season.
I
But-
didn't know that.
Yeah. I actually didn't even know that either.
Chris, look that up. I don't trust him.
No, it is a real thing. Minus 1602.
Oh boy, it's just like my
Did I
dad.
win? I didn't win last week. Right?
No, you're 0 for 3 with the
I
past
have
3 weeks.
a strong feeling
All right, go
you are
ahead.
gonna win this time.
No, it's your turn there, John. Oh, yes.
Gotta do the thing.
All right, what are you going to pick?
801, the last category.
The one-hit blenders?
Yep.
All right. When You Don't Need a Man was a popular song during the women's rights movement in the 1960s about how a woman could be successful on their own.
I know, like, I've got a historical answer, but
When You Don't Need No Man was a popular song during the women's rights movement in the 1960s about how a woman could be successful on her own. Couple typos in there, but true or false?
Now, what do we think about this one? Do you think it was a chant?
Like a fight song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just to rally a couple groups up,
Yeah.
get them hyped. Oh, dang it. Didn't check off.
Alright, I got an answer.
You have an
Hold
answer?
on.
Yep.
So, how many people said yes to the Steagles? I think it was just S-Man. Yeah. S-Man knows the answer to everything.
Yeah.
I'm going with false, Captain.
Says false.
Yep.
False. But it sounds catchy.
Well, like, what women's rights movement? That's so vague. Like, it was the 20s, sure.
I said in the 1960s.
Yeah, so that's why I said false.
Yeah.
Well-
when you don't need a man.
You guys seem like you don't need points.
Yeah.
Oh, throwing,
oh, gotcha.
throwing some shade. Hold on, do we have an emoji of salt?
Let's throw some salt in the wind.
So far, the score is negative 1602 for Kraus and 801 points for John.
Oh, boy.
So, Chris, you need a clean sweep here.
I know. Let's do Amazon products.
Amazon products for 675.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you always tired and need to sleep in the most random places?
Yep.
Then the zip-up hoodie is for y'all. Just blow into the side of the jacket and the hood inflates into a pillow. Achieve optimum chill for only $69.
That's $1 below 70.
It is.
Makes it that much cheaper.
That is a nice price.
I love how things say that. You know, like, oh, it's only $199, and you go, wow, it's only $100.
Yeah.
But I caught a couple infomercials with products that they said it's only $200, but you make 6 payments of $50 a month.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
How does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like they want you to pay the one-time payment.
Yep.
You know, and then it's cheaper. So, again, true or false? Are you always tired and need to sleep in the most random places? Then the zip-up hoodie is for y'all. Just blow into the side of the jacket, and the hoodie inflates into a pillow. Achieve optimum chill for only $69.
And this isn't like the price is technical. It's just the
No.
product.
Yes, the product is either real or not real.
We have false question mark.
False question mark?
I'm
True
gonna say
question mark.
people don't promote homelessness.
It's a very
Okay.
But it is a solid idea. Like if you're just at work and you just want to sit down,
yeah,
pass out.
yeah.
I would never buy it. But do I think it exists because there's so many things out there? Maybe. Do I want to go in debt with my points more? Something to consider.
So give them an answer, Craftsman.
For this one, pillow inside a jacket, you're blowing to the side. I gotta go false.
Says false. True.
Oh,
It will probably take a lot of time to blow up. Wow. Negative 2277. Almost in the whole 2,500 points.
There we go. Mom made an educated guess. She saw it on Shark Tank.
Was it on Shark Tank?
I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
But that guy looks so comfortable. He's actually like falling asleep as he's blowing up the hoodie.
It's
That's
that
how
it's that comfortable.
It's that comfortable. All right, John, you have your selection
What is
here
Blackston?
for $6.75. Even though my guitar playing career was short-lived, the first solo I ever learned on guitar was for Come Together. True or false?
I know.
No, Mom said he's not sleeping. He's just passing out.
Oh, from blowing up the
Yep.
hood. Ah, very smart.
S-Man, help me out here.
You don't need melatonin to go to bed. You just try and blow up like a pool toy before you go to bed.
So again, true or false? Even though my guitar playing career was short-lived, the first solo I ever learned on guitar was for Come Together. True or false?
I have an answer.
S-Man knows this. Surprisingly, I think he does. I gotta look at your phone for the answers because some of mine didn't go through. Oh no, we're all back.
All right, John, what do you say?
False.
He says false. Chris, do you know? True
I
or
was
false?
gonna say true because it sounds about right, but
Very disappointed. in
no,
you.
not on guitar. Sorry, I thought you meant
remembered.
bass.
I remembered.
Saving me.
He
Yeah.
tried to do Saving Me by Nickelback.
Yeah. Wow. And I thought Chris was going to get that right.
Well, because I thought it said bass. When I heard guitar, I'm like, oh, the first song you learned on bass.
Yep. So, John, that means you are in the lead now.
That's surprisingly, after 4 weeks straight, S-Man got one
One
Blanton
wrong.
question wrong,
Wrong.
because I think he read it like me.
Yeah.
He was
exactly.
looking at that. So I feel for you, man.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, though?
Yeah, that's nuts.
No, I'm talking about the points.
Oh, yeah, that's also crazy. So it's probably safe to say here. Hold on, sorry.
Safe to say this
that-
is all sealed up.
Oh, no, we got the final Jeopardy question.
Could that win me the whole game?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, Chris.
What are the categories?
You have
again?
Animal Kingdom, and it's good, and one-hit blunders for all 675.
Let's do some Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. One of the world's cutest creatures, the Sparkle Muffin.
Oh, wait, I did
Was-
the sports one.
Oh, you did the. It's okay. I'll exit out of this one. Let's go back to that one.
there we go.
I was like, that's not what I'm reading.
Yeah. One of the world's cutest creatures, the Sparkle Muffin, was found in Australia in 2015. True or false?
Sparkle Muffin? That's a thing?
It might be, it might not be.
How about that?
Do you think if I said, no, I was going to say, do you think if I say, hey, Google,
Is stuff
Would it
still
pop up?
being, like, is stuff really found anymore? You know, like, I feel like we kind
I
of
feel like
got
you're
it all.
picking more.
Other than, like, the depths of the ocean. Like, we got them all.
Yeah. Like
We've collected all the specimens.
all,
We're
all
good.
the creatures.
I don't think, like, every animal's got, like, that other surname to it, like the Placitonus
Opossums.
ergonomics. And it's like,
Opossums,
and,
yeah.
and it's, oh, it's just a cow, you know?
Yeah.
And so
But it's a cow with 3 horns.
Right,
You know,
so-
or something. Yeah.
I couldn't see
Or if, like, you know,
I couldn't see anybody naming, oh, the Sparkle Muffin. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. So
It might be
all right.
Or-
it might be Latin.
or
The Latin translation.
Sparkle
or
Muffin.
it's found and named the Sparkle Muffin because it is such a cute creature that they just couldn't let it be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you say?
What are you going with?
I'm going with false. That sounds fake.
Go.
Says false.
All right.
And that's exactly why it's going to be true.
It's true. Look at that guy.
Yeah, Chris Laurie, everybody.
I realized that as I said it. I'm like,
What?
it sounds fake.
It's a spider that is only 5 centimeters like big, so it's like 2 inches.
Sparkle Muffin.
Sparkle Muffin. He has like a.
How is that cute? I can't even see the picture.
He's it's like he's waving at you. You know?
Oh, that
and
is
this thing
cute.
was found.
Yeah, in 2015 in Australia.
Wow.
Australia.
So we're still finding stuff.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought,
like,
again, I
because-
thought, oh, we got our checklist.
No,
We've
because when two
marked off all
animals
the
get
boxes.
together and, like, you know, They could produce something completely new.
I mean, granted, when you look at the picture, it does look photoshopped.
Yeah,
You know,
it's too cute of
But
a name
but
for
they
a spider, for
it,
sure.
it's like a peacock spider.
That's
is like
cool.
another name for it. But
Okay.
I'm a
Sparkle
big,
Muffin is
I'm a spider enthusiast. So
I'm
when
not
I was
afraid
a kid,
of
so-
the.
like Squeezy Jibs.
yeah.
You are you
Not
are like
afraid of the spiders?
the spiders.
I'm definitely not afraid of the arachnid.
Let's go with this sports one, Brent.
All right. So
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is the only city where 3 major sports teams wear the same color. True or false?
Pittsburgh. Oh, I got it.
Yep.
Oh, the only city.
That's a good question.
Oh, I got it. Pittsburgh is the only city.
The new album title.
Quick.
Sparkle Muffin.
Yeah. Sparkle Muffin by Triple Addiction.
I know this because I saw a very awesome bumper sticker for Pittsburgh
Mhm.
that had to do with
The 3 teams.
the 3 teams.
I mean,
Which I gave my answer, so I'm gonna go with true on that one.
Is it the only one?
you have to go through every sports team.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
go. Yeah,
it's because
true.
you got it right. That's why you're
True.
prolonging this.
What do you do you know the teams?
The Steelers,
Uh-huh.
the Penguins,
Uh-huh.
and the Pirates.
You're correct.
Yep.
Black and yellow, which
Black
is
and yellow, black
that-
and
yeah, that-
yellow.
that's
Wiz
where-
Khalifa, or was it Wiz Khalifa?
yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
See that
came from that.
music? I can't. Who showed me something that was like gangster rap like that? And I was like,
probably me.
yeah. Oh, we were driving in the van,
Yep.
and we were listening to like this gangster rap stuff, and I was like,
It's when we're in thug mode.
I don't see myself listening to this.
It's when we're in sicko mode.
That's true. Sicko
So
mode.
the points as it stands is John is in the lead 2,151
Mhm.
and Chris is in the negative 2,952.
But everybody else is winning TA tokens that you can
Yeah.
use at that link above you.
If you just take out the dash, I have more points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
as easy as
you're
whiteout.
separated by just one dash. But Chris, hey, listen, you can make some.
One hit blunders right here.
Yep. So, in 1922, the #1 hit for the year was called "My Man" by Fanny Bryce.
Sounds like a name that would be 1922-esque.
Fanny.
Fanny
Just
Bryce.
Fanny Bryce, the great-great-grandmother of Lee Bryce.
The great-great-great-great-grandmother of Lee Bryce.
Let's dive into this one a little bit. 1922. What else was around that time?
Almost towards the Great Depression.
People weren't thinking about relationships around the Great Depression.
This was a ragtime song, I'm sure.
It probably was. I wish, because I'd use them.
Yeah, sorry, the TA tokens cannot be cashed in at any bank or credit union.
Yeah.
So it's before
Sorry.
Grandpa was born. My man.
My man.
What else could be a lyric from that time?
Oh, my man is better than your man.
So you have this one in the 1920s, and then you have the "Don't Need No Man" in 1960s.
Yeah, you really went with the whole thing there. All right, Chris, you got an answer? I don't think it matters at this point. So.
If
No.
that one was false, I'm going to go with true.
There you go.
Says true. True.
Yes.
And oh, such a beautiful song. Here, I'll play it for you.
You
It's
have
actually.
it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is it
Mhm.
slow or is it like what John thought it was?
Cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got, it's my man. Cold and wet as you
Does this style of music scare anybody else? Something's going to come out of that curtain over there. I just
This is
know it.
nostalgic for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stuff scares me to death. It's just creepy music.
Isn't that crazy?
definitely not what we thought it was going to be.
I know.
We should call a song "My Man," but not make it about like my husband, my boyfriend. We should say like "My man."
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you
I
got
don't see it. That
Listen,
stuff scares me.
listen, you got it right. You got it right.
A little bit out of debt.
You got it right, and that is all that matters. So,
Do people listen to that for enjoyment? I would fall asleep for that.
so now it's
Final.
Final Jeopardy.
All right, let's do it.
So-
Final Jeopardy.
What is this?
So what happens with Final Jeopardy is you get it right, you win. You get it wrong, you
slaps.
lose.
That song.
But so then,
bops.
what do the points matter for us?
If John gets it right, he wins, no
Yep.
matter what. But if he gets it wrong and you get it right, you win.
But that's
No.
what I'm saying. Like, why don't we just skip to the final question then?
That's what I'm saying.
It-
This is the final question.
It slaps. That
You
song
know exactly what I
slaps.
mean. John worked so hard for those points.
Yeah.
I'm in debt.
Yeah,
Right now, he should be winning. But if I get this one right, I win.
exactly.
All right, let's do it.
Listen, this is Brandon's Jeopardy. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. I've been saying that
Yo,
since week.
dude,
I've been-
Schmidt, that is a bop.
I've been saying that since week 1. So, all right. For the final Jeopardy question for everybody that's out there, when was Kermit the Frog created?
Oh boy.
And this
Oh,
is
buddy,
this
Whisper
is
to me.
this is A, B, C, and D question.
Okay.
A, B, C, and D question. So A.
So what happens if we both get it wrong?
We both lose and Brandon wins.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. I like that. All right. So, when was Kermit the Frog created? Is it A, 1984, B, 1995, C, 1972, or D, 1989?
Give the dates again.
So,
Are you able to display the dates?
No.
No,
Oh, nice.
we're not that good.
Yeah. So, I could just always like copy and paste it in here. When was Kermit the Frog created? Is it A, 1984?
Phone's over. Flip them.
I haven't seen it.
B, 1995, C, 1972, or D, 1989. So the options are on the chat right now, in case you guys need to
I can't look at them.
look at some visuals.
One more time on the options.
So, A, 1984, B, 1995, C, 1972, or D, 1989?
Oh, it's Kermit the Frog here.
I got an answer.
Isn't that how he sounds?
They're close enough.
Ker-
Him and Ray
Ker-
Romano are
Kermit
like
the
the same.
Frog here.
I have an answer. Craftsman, you got an answer?
Yeah, I'm just going to go with one.
3, 2,
3, 2, 1.
1995.
Ooh,
I went with A.
ooh, conflicting.
I figured that there was definitely a Muppets movie before 1995, right?
I'm just going around our time period because I remember it. I know it was probably before that, but
So, go ahead.
All right.
like Kermit the Frog. Oh, no, it is just Kermit the Frog. Never mind. All right, I lost.
I think I did too. Who wins?
You never believe it. There's a typo.
Are you kidding me?
I put down one of the wrong dates.
So, what is it?
How about you both get it right?
No.
No,
No.
it's the correct answer is 1955, not 1995.
Are you kidding me?
My dyslexia kicked
So
in.
I technically have the right answer. It's just a typo.
Yeah.
It's like moops.
No. Whoa.
'Cause I saw
Whoa,
5 in my
everybody
head.
Chill out. I worked hard for my points today. You don't just get it because of his typo. I won't stand for that. I will go to bed right now.
How about we let the people vote?
All right. Yes. The people
Because there's
vote.
3 people that are answering right now. If you think I deserve it because Brandon put a typo in there and I just happened to get the right guess,
Or if you
vote for
think
me.
that the man that won the most points this game
Or
The
if you
guy
think you
that-
deserve to
that
break me out of
worked
debt.
so hard.
I don't know. I think it's like the tortoise and the hare. You know,
there's
slowest one
no
wins the
tortoise,
race.
no
Yeah.
hair. Can somebody somebody has to.
No hair.
Nobody,
Full ball.
everybody just chill and somebody type in, who do you think should win, me or Chris?
Majority rule.
And if
Yeah, I knew there was a typo. Deep down in my heart, I knew there was a typo.
well, no, we don't take, no. S-Man, sorry, you don't win.
I'm sorry for my default.
No, there's no time for a new question. That's the thing.
for
We just
my-
need everyone to vote.
For my defaulted.
Sorry, S-Man. You win TA tokens and Brandon's heart, so.
Yeah. For my defaulted question.
Why do you win? Because I win.
I'm sorry, Chris. I have to give the
Yep.
victory to John.
Yep.
He won fair and square.
He won fair and square. I was in debt.
He did win fair and square.
Oh, it took forever to
Yeah.
get here, guys, but
I
I just
know.
wanted to thank all of you for believing in me these past 3 or 4 or 5 Family Table podcasts. I knew that our team would pull it to victory eventually. I knew that we had the gumption and the foresight to get through this. I appreciate all of you. Each of you gets a big hug from me, and I cannot be happier. I really deserve this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Never knew
Thank
that was a valid
Hey.
trophy.
Hey,
Yeah.
it was good seeing all of you. Stay safe. All right. Good job, buddy. You came in running up.
Yep.
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 You couldn't pull through, but I pulled through. That's
So I
a
think
winning ticket right here. I'll see you guys. Hey, it's been real.
All right. Well, as John's leaving, and,
making his victory lap.
yeah, making his victory lap.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Oh yeah, the Academy and
They had a huge role.
Yeah.
huge. They played a big part in this one.
Yeah.
So huge.
For their typo. The Academy had the largest typo ever. All
Well, I
right.
thought that was a very productive podcast,
That was
everybody.
good.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it was-
exactly.
You know, there's a nice thing about it. We talked about, well, we had the album of the week. We had the good and the bad news. Well, good and crazy news. We had
Good conversation.
good conversation about
Hey,
how
Squeezy Jibs is in India. He was supposed to be in
Yeah.
Indiana. You know.
And trying to figure out why music taste changes, I think the moral of the story goes down to go outside your comfort zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is you need to look up new music, because if you stay in one place for too long, you're eventually going to get sick of it and you're going to branch out anyway. So might
Exactly.
as well get ahead of the
Except for John staying in Hillsborough, I think he's pretty content with that.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
right. Don't
We're
branch
living
out.
here forever.
Stay in your little bubble. All right, are we ready for our last segment?
I
here,
think we are.
fellas?
So now it is time for
Whoa,
our...
whoa, 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 whoop, 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 whoop,
Wow.
whoop. Hey, where'd
It's
it go?
not Jeopardy time.
Let me know where did it go? Here we go.
Right there.
Okay, here
Chris,
we go.
It's time for
Our musician of the week.
who do we got?
So today we got a video sent in or requested, and this is Jeremiah the Bullfrog, and he just picked up the drums not too long ago. It was about 3 years ago from his uncle Noah the Bullfrog, or
Oh,
Bulldog.
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 The Bulldog.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
my bad.
So they're bulldogs.
And so
Nice.
he's actually playing with one of his long lost relatives who he hasn't seen in a long time, and they're just both jamming. So let's take a look at that.
Here we go. That's basically how I play the drums.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's doing vocal and drum exercises
That's one of the
at the
hardest
same time.
things to do.
Multitasking at 3 years.
Jeremiah the Bulldog.
Yep.
He seems like a good friend of mine.
Wow.
After a week of less. Yeah.
S-Man knows what's up.
He was going ham on that hi-hat.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
it's-
think he liked any of it.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, can we be honest though? Was the guys playing up to par though?
I think he just didn't like the guy sweating.
It looks like
not-
the guy doesn't really know what he's doing either.
In actuality, that dog is trying to make him stop.
He's like, "Stop it, please."
Two things. One, he had the snare off. He
Yeah.
had the beads off the bottom of the But did he have a bongo as his rack tom?
Let's see.
No.
Nah.
Okay,
But
okay.
he
Yeah.
probably just had it tuned really high. One of my
Okay.
students cranks their rack
Nah,
tom.
no
and-
bongo.
And they're like, Dude, check out this tone that I'm getting from the rack time. I'm like, you're choking it. It's it sounds like, oh, yeah, that sounds great.
It sounds like you slapping the table.
So anyway, thanks everybody for checking out. Wait, real quick, we got to do, if you haven't typed in the word triple addiction in the chat,
we got to do the
you
raffle.
could win this shirt.
He's got the shirt.
This very comfortable, very soft shirt. You could win that. Or double addiction. All right, S-Man. I guess you don't want the shirt. And then also our CD.
Wonderful
So,
CD.
all right. So, and you could give it to a friend. It's a great Christmas gift. Hang on to it for a year. I'll give people like 5 seconds to type in triple addiction. If you didn't get it, then it's like between like 2 people. 3 people
And
now.
it's not much of
S-Man.
a contest at that point. So make sure you guys enter. It's as simple as typing in triple addiction, all lowercase, no spaces, down in the chat below.
Don't need no 5-star reservations. I got spaghetti and a cheap bottle of wine. Don't need no concert.
You got the one from S-Man, right? Cool.
I got a stereo and the best of Patsy Cline. Ain't got no caviar, no Dom Perignon. But as far as I can see, I got everything I want. 'Cause I got
All right, we ready?
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. It goes to Schmidt.
Yeah!
Hey, look at that.
I don't know if you're still there, Schmidt, but you have won yourself the best. Woo! Oh, you are still here.
Awesome.
So, all right.
That's what I'm
So
talking
I'll,
about,
I'll
buddy.
talk to you. I know who to get in contact with to get this to you, and then we'll make sure that we ship it out to you.
Cool.
So thanks for hanging. Thanks for entering the thing. And all right, so let's just let's close out, fellas.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Friday's Family Table podcast, number 7.
Number
Time
7.
is just flying by. But have a safe Memorial Day weekend if you're traveling anywhere, doing anything, going
Can't.
outside. I know. Hey, well, that's actually we can grill outside with 25 people. Phil Murphy said.
Really?
Yeah, in the state of New Jersey, it's now 25 people for outdoors.
25's a crowd.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. We appreciate everything that you guys do for
We
us,
appreciate you.
and we'll see you guys. Next week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, next week. All right, we'll see you guys.
Have
Bye.
fun.
shoes under my feet, forever in the eye, staring back at me, and it's alright, yeah, I got all I need, and it's alright by me.
Cool. Awesome sauce. Yeah, people start tuning in.
What I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is we got.
Justin's apartment just fell through.
Oh really?
Don't know how that happened so
What-
quickly.
What I'm thinking we got to do